Before we begin this video, I recommend that you visit google.com and search for dinardata.com. This website is a great resource for the latest updates on Dinar Guru news, all conveniently located on one page. For more information, I encourage you to visit the site.
Al-Shamari, there are no sanctions from the U.S. Treasury Department on Iraq. Quote, the launch of the platform is Iraq's entry into the international financial and economic system. There are no sanctions imposed on Iraq by the U.S. Treasury, but sometimes there is a tightening of standards to deliver potential political messages. Out of 329, only 32 Iraqi parliamentarians signed the closure of the American embassy. Documents, quote, 32 Iraqi parliamentarians, out of 329 others, submitted a request to the Presidency of Parliament to close the American embassy in Baghdad and expel Ambassador Alina Romansky. A lot of people are saying it's happening as we speak. And we will see the fruition at some point tomorrow. We'll see. I know we are close and can feel it. The only important people to listen to is Sudani and Alak. Understand the process of the monetary reform. Understand where the CBI is at. And where they're at right now is the introduction of the exchange rate of the Iraqi dinar with stability. The U.S. ambassador, Sudanese, is our primary partner in our efforts to maintain regional stability. That how do you at $3 with 90 trillion of dinar printed? MarkZ, good question. There has been a number of stories in the recent past that they have gotten trillions of dinar off the streets or confiscated. We shared many of them over the last 9 months that they have pulled back in as much dinar as they could. Also, they will pay for the RV over time with the Oil for Dinar program. Iraq had another meeting with the WTO, pertaining to a full session. Iraq has nothing to export yet, so there is no reason to be in the WTO. Develop your economy, Iraq. There's progress. Going into an international world is evident. There's proof of it. Things have been moving along until today. The man who's been quiet for months and months and months decided to come out of his shell and start threatening the United States. Sadr calls on government and parliament to close U.S. embassy in Iraq. Iraq is working to join the World Trade Organization, WTO. Quote, in the meeting, al-Hashimi reviewed Iraq's current efforts and its plan for the next stage in completing the technical files, and preparing them in accordance with the organization's conditions and fruitful cooperation with international organizations supporting Iraq's accession to the organization and its quest to obtain full membership in the organization. A lot of rumors coming out of Iraq right now. They still think they are a go by November 1 street. If you listen to the rumors, things are still beyond fantastic. Guess we will find out in the next day or two. Iraq is working to join the World Trade Organization, WTO. Quote, to review the steps taken by Iraq and the Ministry of Trade to complete the technical files that must be submitted to the organization during the coming period, which will be sent by the organization's secretariat and the accession department to member states in preparation for holding the next negotiating rounds. Full membership. Full throttle on the monetary reform. 32 Iraqi parliamentarians, out of 329 others, submitted a request to the Presidency of Parliament to close the American embassy in Baghdad and expel Ambassador Alina Romansky. The request, entitled, Holding a Special Session Dedicated to the Palestinian Issue, according to a document published by Shafaq News Agency, stated, in view of the genocide operations and the difficult humanitarian conditions that our people are experiencing in besieged Gaza due to the aggression and war officially declared by the Zionist entity and the brutal threat to displace more than 1 million Palestinian citizens from northern Gaza, we submit, based on Article 28 of the Bylaws of the House of Representatives, a request to hold an extraordinary, closed session devoted solely to discussing the issue of expelling the American ambassador, closing the embassy, and suspending diplomatic relations with all countries that support the Zionist entity.